So, previously, we left off at me fighting a bush. Yes, a bush. Not just any bush, but a difficult bush. So I decided to stop combating and move on to other things. I've been playing a bit in between time and haven't really had time to record, but this time I did. So I've been playing a fair amount without recording to try and learn the game a bit more. So I ended up in this map, this snazzy suit I was given, I think, unless I lost my pants or something. No, I didn't lose my pants. Okay, these are my new pants and shoes and everything, and I'm a crafter now. I had to do a lot of AFK grinding. Oh, sorry, not AFK, but semi-AFK grinding, which basically involved me left-clicking materials for hours on end. That didn't make an interesting video, but the result of that is I also got a new theme. Oh, shiny. That's very good. And I also made the text bigger because, yeah, even on my big screen, it's quite hard to see. So, yesterday I asked around for help with my skills. As you can see, I'm also a master artisan now. I started down here at Novice Artisan, and I was working my way through engineering and working my way up through surveying and a little bit of business, which I now have master artisan, which is brilliant, and it's a good base for most things. So I asked for help on how to get one of the skills, because basically in the game, if somebody else has the skill and you have enough experience to learn the skill, another player can actually teach you the skill instead of paying a trainer, which can add up in the early game, especially when you only make like 1,000 or 2,000 from each mission, and brain just stopped for a second there. And it can cost up to like 5,000. So later on, it doesn't matter. You can learn all the skills that you can with the experience and skill points you have, but it's cheaper in the beginning, and it means I have a tiny bit of money in my pocket in the game. So a player kindly alerted me to the fact that there was a crafting guild that was starting up, and I could join it and learn some more stuff, and it'd be cool. And within a day, they built this town, and you can name your house to make it easy to find your house, and they built this whole town around this river on I don't know Star Wars that brilliantly, but like, I don't know all the names intricately, but we're basically on a really nice that's it, Riro. I'll get the name for next time. So this is my little house, and obviously because my character is called UdonNoodles KungPoChicken, I called my house the Noodle House. And then everybody said, well, since you don't really know what you want to do career-wise, why don't you be a chef? So I'm kind of working on that at the minute. So this is my house. Oh, I got a house as well. This is a tiny little not two bedroom, 2-doored house, 2-roomed house. You can do all sorts of cool stuff in here. I have loads of maintenance money in there. Maintenance money means you can keep your house. Your maintenance, like your rent. I don't know why I said it so complicated. Your rent. I also found the graphics settings, which makes the game look distinctly better. So I grabbed a load of materials and was doing crafting, which, for the sake of just the hell of it, basically what I did is I just got a sword core there, and you put materials in it. I'm only grinding experience, so it doesn't have to be decent quality, and you get the same XP. It tells you there all the stats and everything about the sword core, but I do it in practice mode, so it doesn't fill the bag with useless stuff right now. Quality of items seem to matter quite a lot in the game, because people will only buy for example, a weapon is weaker or puts out less damage if it is made of poor quality materials, which is kind of cool. And it really does make a huge difference. I have a fancy belt there. So you could have, the cool thing is for example on other MMOs, well, on some other MMOs, you would have this scenario where you both make the exact same item and the only difference between them is the price. But in this case, if you make something and then sell it for a cheaper price on this game, it tends, don't quote me on this, but it tends to mean that people have made like a poorer quality item and therefore cannot command as much money for it. So the kind of materials you would farm from, say, where is it? That's my crafting station. Like surveying in the game. Surveying is basically finding and detecting and mining stuff. And you work your way, like say for example I wanted some, they all come into groups and the quality of the material comes in the groups as well. And basically you scan for things and see if anything comes up that you want. I've got a lot of mind powers. Mind stamina. It's kind of like stamina, but basically like willpower, or how tired your brain gets when you think too much. You can actually get to that point where you get really tired and you have to go and heal your mind. So oh, and the cool thing is, whatever's the strongest concentration of stuff in the area is... See, I accidentally started a macro there. Good job, Shaun. There we go. You can start surveying, and it puts a marker, a waypoint there, like right in front of me, to the next strongest part of the... So it says there's a resource survey over here, and then you sort of narrow it down until you get to quite a high concentration. Then set down your sampling, or you can buy these really big machines that will do the job for you and actually work whilst you're logged off. So you see there's one there. Let me just check my dudes. I just heard a really scary moo noise there. And I also forget what every single button does. Is it that one? That one? No. What's that one? There. You can get wounds and they affect your like maximum actions. Yeah, like for example there, my action has suffered a slight penalty because I've got wounds. Oh, so I have a lot of battle fatigue. So if you have battle fatigue and stuff, what you can do is go to a town, like this one for example, and heal. It's quite different. You don't generally like grab an item or well, you can, but the way you actually heal those kind of wounds effectively is going to a cantina or a doctor's surgery, of course, as appropriate for the kind of wound you have. And for your, like, if you've done a lot of surveying and your brain just kind of goes, oh, in game, you know, the blue bar up at the top left kind of goes, oh, I'm so done. Oh look, there's some farming stuff there. You can go and heal it at a cantina. And what it is other players will AFK dance there. What you do is you sit on a chair and click listen, or just listen to them and stand there and listen, and it soothes you. Soothes you. I better put on a map on actually. I love this overhead map. It's quite handy. So you just keep going. This is the most exciting part, of course, is biking to another. Now this is somebody else's place, and it's a big house with stuff on it. I'll learn the terminology as I go along. This is supposed to be my honest to god newbie experience with the game. I decided to go Weaponsmith Chef because it was a need in the guild that I'm in. Crafting guild. It's a crafting guild focused crafting. And I'm terrible at making decisions, as you probably already worked out. So I decided to use that as a focus. So with that in mind, you can do this handy little XP chart similar to RuneScape. You know how that does it. You can actually change them to anything that you're currently working towards. And the XP that works for those skills will change over to that targeted thing. So if I'm doing chef and I'm ready to be an architect, they also have slightly different XP requirements to get to the next level. You know, you can. This doesn't mean you change your job on the fly, but it just gives you an idea of how much XP you've got till the next skill level, of which there are tons. Probably a good idea to talk about it now, actually, whilst we're currently flying towards Savareen. So you have different kinds of XP, which are all stocked in this box here, which you use the XP monitor for. And general crafting is for earlier on, like your artisan, your novice artisan stuff. This gives you a good ground. Each time you unlock one, you get new stuff. And the cool thing is it tells you in this little box down here, or the two boxes down here, what cool stuff you can get. Like, for example, up in Engineering 4 you can make bone armour, and natural gas processes, moisture evaporators, and ways of extracting materials from the ground without standing there and constantly doing it yourself. Domestic arts clothing repair, you can make clothes. One of our guildies actually makes clothes and she's really good at it. And you can actually display them on like dummy style setups, which looks really cool. Business ownership is how much stuff you can sell to pit vendors and hire. You can hire vendors for your town once you have one, but I'm not sure how that works yet. Obviously it's fine learning. In somebody else's city. We have all these little cities everywhere. We're almost at Savareen anyway, so that filled a hole, as it were. Surveying's good because you can increase the range at which you can at which you scan. So you see my range here is 256 meters, which in scanner terms is a 5x5 grid, but you start off with a 3x3 grid, so it just refines. It makes it more effective to scan the area, survey around the area around you. So now I'm going to attempt to find. Oh, there it is. There. This overhead map, which is Control and M, is brilliant. Well, depending if you changed your button. I need to go to Cantina. I've noticed that your bikes go pretty much over all the terrain. I think it's because they're hovering. I don't know. So here's the Cantina. Find my way in. I of course had to go the wrong way. There it is. Doesn't really matter if you store your bike. Apparently the only problem with that is if it gets destroyed. So, but you can cut. Oh. I know, you see, that's an interesting thing. This is actually somebody's home that has been condemned because of lack of payment. So I can't go in there and use that. So that's the thing, if you run out of money, maintenance money, in a building, you basically lose access to the building. That's pretty much it. Well, I will continue my adventures next time when I get to Savareen, and I'll show you how to relax to some soothing dancing music. And until next time, all the other YouTubers have stolen the best endings.